Thanks Element for sponsoring this video.
These are king crab, considered the king of the ocean. Now, most people cook them the same exact way. And on today's video, I want to find out if we can make it better by doing the unthinkable, as this is the king crab experiment. Enough talking, let's go.
You can easily expect to pay over $1,000 for each one of these crabs. Yes, they are quite pricey. However, for many people that love seafood, it is totally worth it, as it is a sweet, delicate meat. And if you're paying that much, you can expect to cook it perfectly. But the question is, most people only do it the two ways I mentioned. Today, we're gonna take that to a whole nother level. And since these are alive, we first must take them out humanely. And for that, I put a towel over it and took it out as humanely as possible. Now, since we have 3 of them, I'll be cooking it each one in a different way. One will be traditional, the second one I'll be using Coca-Cola, and lastly, I'll be cooking it in a very special butter, a generous amount. But with all that being said, we must always have a control. And for the first one, I first got a container full of water. To introduce even more flavor, I threw in some garlic, lemon, and salt. Mix that up real good and let it slightly simmer. As then, I slowly lowered the crab in there. You see, I'm cooking it and steaming it at the same time. And as it was cooking, I went ahead and started squeezing all of the lemons, giving a nice acidity which goes well with seafood. This will be our control, because once it was fully cooked, there's nothing else to do but to remove the meat. I'm gonna let you experience it with me. In the end, this is what I was left with. Nice chunks of meat, perfectly cooked, and it will be our baseline to see if we can go up from here or down. As for the second one, I'll be using Coca-Cola. Now I know this sounds weird, but hear me out. I'll also be using this ponzu sauce, which is a mix of soy sauce and citrus, and I think it's gonna go very well together. And for the aromatics, I got this: green onions, garlic, and chilies. So the first thing to do was to add a generous amount of ponzu sauce. I made sure to add the entire bottle, as this will be our baseline. Now I already know that ponzu sauce is quite strong, so to bring that down a little bit, I'm hoping that Coca-Cola will do its justice, bringing some sweetness, which I think it's gonna go perfectly well with the crab. That is to be determined real shortly. As then I went ahead and threw in all of the aromatics, brought everything up to a simmer, and slowly introduced the crab. But to make it even better, I added even more Coca-Cola. If the smell is any indication if this is going to be good, it is going to be awesome. So I kept basting the crab until it was fully cooked. But to make sure that it was cooked fully, I also flipped the whole thing. You can tell when the crab is fully cooked, as it completely changes color on you. As once that was done, I took it out, as this is the world's first king crab cooked on Coca-Cola and ponzu. This smells fantastic. And as I open up the meat, I'm not quite sure if the ponzu sauce really penetrated in there or not. It's nice and white, but hopefully it will have some hints of sweetness and acidity from both sauces. And before we jump onto our next crab, I wanted to put the head to good use. So I decided to go ahead and make an incredible side dish. And as you can clearly see, this one will turn heads. And here's how I did it. We first need some meat, a fatty one. This is a wagyu marbling score A3. As you can clearly see, it looks phenomenal. For the seasoning, I kept it real simple. A generous amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper. Once that was done, I went ahead and cut it in small cubes. Then you want to quickly stir fry the whole thing. We don't want to overcook it, but at the same time get a nice crust. That is the key here. Then I went ahead and grabbed some Korean fresh noodles. You just gotta cook them based on the instructions in the packaging. It takes no time at all, because as that was happening, using the same pan that the steak was cooked, I went ahead and threw in some sake to deglaze the pan. Once that was done, some kimchi went in. You want to go ahead and cook this up for a little bit, as now you want to throw in some chili oil, mix that up real good, followed by heavy cream. Now mix a little bit more and bring the sauce together. As to finish it up, you want to throw the noodles in there, combine that beautiful sauce with the noodles, as this is going to be our plating. Just make sure to clean it really nicely, which by the way is quite simple to do. The only thing left to do now is the plating. So after adding a generous amount of the noodles, I went ahead and threw in some green onions, followed by those beautiful pieces of steaks cooked previously. And this is today's side dish. I'm telling you friends, it is going to be fantastic. That I can guarantee. And I have a feeling our next king crab is going to be even better. And that's because I'll be using this, a whole gallon of it, Papa John's garlic sauce. So first I got a nice large pot, threw that on top of my grill. Then I added a generous amount of milk, followed by the Papa John's garlic sauce. Combining them both I think will be the perfect combination for it. Now I made sure to add the entire thing. The more, the better. The key now was to bring it to a simmer, and as soon as he did, I went ahead and threw the crab in there. I'm hoping that this is going to be the best king crab in the world, and if the smell is any indication of it, we are in for a real treat. And as I'm doing it, it got me thinking, could this be just a complete waste? Or this is going to be something really good here? I'm not quite sure, but I was super excited to find out. As once the crab was fully cooked, I went ahead and took it out of the pan, and this is the world's first king crab cooked in Papa John's garlic sauce. And like I said, it smells really good, so I went ahead and started cutting it open. And unlike the ponzu sauce, this one you can really smell that garlic butter. But the question is, which one will be better and which one is going to be worth it? Well, we're about to find out right now. As now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to eat, so let's do it.
Before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, Element. Element is an awesome drink mix that I take every day to feel great. Here's how it works. Grab a salt stick, pour into at least 16 ounces of water, mix and drink. And what you'll taste is a deliciously, slightly salty flavored water. Watermelon, my favorite. Now, salty water might sound weird, but the science behind it is fascinating. New research shows that higher level of sodium has a lot of health benefits, including increasing energy, reducing cramps, lowering risk of headaches, and so much more. And thanks to Element's special formula, it's got a ton of electrolytes to keep you hydrated. It makes me feel great after my morning workouts. Plus, the flavors are really delicious. Like their new limited time holiday flavors, Chocolate Medley, with flavors like chocolate mint, chocolate chai, and chocolate raspberry, which are designed to be enjoyed hot. It's a tasty and healthy way to heat up your winter. Get a free Element sample pack today with any purchase when you use my link drinkelementtea.com/Guga. The sample pack has one of every flavor, so you can try them all out. If you give it a try and don't like it, it's risk-free. Give it away to a salty friend, and Element will give you your money back with no questions asked. That's drinkelementtea.com/Guga, or click the link below to get a free sample pack with any purchase. Thanks Element for sponsoring this video. Now let's get right back to it. All right, everybody, and here we got our beautiful feast. Gentlemen, what do you guys think, huh?
I'm guessing this is crab, of course.
It is king crab, absolutely. We got a king crab experiment, everybody. I have a bunch more. Look over there.
That's a mess.
Yeah, that's a mess. We're not gonna show that.
Those are some big crabs.
But here's the deal. I do have an experiment going on right here. King crab, one of the most prestigious seafood you can have ever. Shout out to my friends from Regalis for providing these crabs and allowing us to experience something like this. So here's the deal. Each one of these we're cooking separate liquids. I wanna know if it's worth it, if it's not worth it, if it made it better or worse. Be honest.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is there more crab?
There's a lot more crab.
Good. Okay, we can continue.
I'm just trying to make a nice presentation, everybody. I don't want to make it look messy. Come on, Leo. Because, you know, when you have crabs, it's messy.
Okay, bro.
By the way, I don't have... Anyway. Well, let's give it a try, and we're going to let you know. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sweet. Heaven. Wonderful.
This is actually my first time trying king crab.
Really?
Yeah, and it's very surprising because it is slightly fishy, but the sweetness that you called out it's very unique to this type of meat. It's flaky, it's juicy, it's very tender. It's fantastic.
It is phenomenal. What do you think, Sebastian?
Thank God he's here.
Yeah, he can just describe.
He describes, I'm just gonna say it's amazing.
Yeah, we just keep eating. I like that.
What I liked about this dish here, it was very natural. So I'm a little skeptical. Hopefully it's gonna go up from here or down from here.
That was delicious, okay? I highly recommend trying that, but let's try this one. Please, let's go. Let's give it a try right now. It smells different. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Boy, this is so good.
That is crazy delicious, everybody.
Very different flavor on it. And I don't know if it's more juicy or if you did something extra to it, but it has like a slightly buttery flavor to it. You still get that same crab deliciousness like the first one that we tried, but it just got more flavor that makes it more enjoyable to eat.
For me, at least, it's a lot better than the first one, but the flavor is very, very subtle.
King crab it's so good. It's so soft and tender, and then this one comes on.
I actually cooked this one on Papa John's garlic sauce.
It's interesting because I get more butter than garlic.
I'm not quite sure if it's worth doing it, because did you feel so much garlic sauce?
I don't know if it's really worth doing it, like you said.
Yeah.
Because it is subtle, but you still feel it.
let me be very, very clear. 100% you can feel the difference in flavor. And this is so much better than the first one, at least for me.
Yeah,
You guys agree? But at the same time, the amount of actual garlic butter that I use here is ridiculous. That is fantastic. But then we got a nice, wonderful side dish right here. This is a spicy noodle that I try to compete with Uncle Roger. Shout out to Uncle Roger because your spicy noodle is fantastic. But here's my take, brother. I'd love to know what you think. Smell it. How does it smell?
I can, just seeing it and smelling it, my sinuses are clearing up. It's crazy.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Holy sorry. It's so spicy.
It's flavorful though.
Wait, no, super flavorful. The meat's amazing. Oh man, but it hit real quick.
Guga, your spice experiments are doing something to me because right now I'm cruising through this. It is very flavorful. The oil coats the noodles so beautifully. It really sticks to it, adheres to it, and it kind of like soaks in that oil, giving it a beautiful flavor when you eat the noodles. The only thing that you could have done to make this better is put a freaking piece of wagyu steak on it.
That was fantastic. Highly recommend giving it a try. It's a nice way for you to stretch your crab, you know what I mean? So you can spread that crab all over the place, you know what I mean?
Stop it, bro.
But with that being said, we still got the last one.
Okay.
Well, let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I just can't get over that sweetness.
Yeah.
Well, that is fantastic.
Yeah, but there's some extra sweetness going on this one.
Yes, there is.
It is sweeter than the control, but other than that, I feel like if we have a dipping sauce, I think that would be great for the king crab.
I agree 100%. Here's the deal. So this one I cooked in Coca-Cola and ponzu mix.
Okay.
I definitely feel the sweetness. I don't get as much ponzu as I do Coca-Cola though, but king crab is already naturally sweet enough where you don't need to add any sweetness to it.
Yeah, 100%. The flavor is way too mild for you to have to waste that much Coca-Cola, that much ponzu sauce. This crazy amount of Papa John's sauce is just too much, everybody. Like you said, a dipping sauce will definitely be better. And you're gonna save you money so you can buy more crabs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. And remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.